hell?
Give me my damn glasses. These are yours.
Do you drive with those things?
Yes.
Not very well, probably.
Oh, boy.
You're blind. Okay, hey everybody, welcome to Temple Museum Modern Warfare Squirrel Hole. This is my hole, and welcome to my hole. What, nothing? Okay, you're not touching my hole?
I'm not touching that with a stick.
Okay. All right, welcome back to Squirrel Hole. My name is Dave. We're going to talk about what's going on in Ukraine and cut through some of the BS and try and give you some good information. But first of all, let's cover some things. No, I will not make another video just because you demand to. Stop calling me about money. You're not getting any. I do not know where every unit is in Ukraine. All these PMs you guys said to me, where's this unit, where's that unit, I don't know. And that one time in Bangkok was just a rumor, it never happened. On totally unrelated news, welcome to the new episode, checks in the mail, and call me. Okay, so, all right, we're going to start with the news about the Ka-52. You know, it's amazing. When I started these things just a few weeks ago, I had to be in here with a jacket. Now, if I was in here with a jacket, I'd just die. Okay, so the Ka-52. At the beginning of the war, there were only about 120 to 130 of them in existence in Russia. Egypt has a few of them, but that's basically what they are. They're not an old aircraft. They started coming out in 2011. Confirmed by Oryx, about 35 have been shot down. 30 more have been confirmed by the Ukrainian forces. And it's expected that about 30 of them out of the fleet have been damaged. By the way, there's Dog the Wonder Chicken. She's the one that actually did the numbers for me, right? Okay, good. All right, good. All right, and this is Amy, Dog's person for today. All right, so if you got 35 confirmed, 30 more probables, 30 more damaged, and 5 lost in the last week, out of a fleet of about 130 max, the Ka-52 that everybody's screaming about online, its time is running out. Okay. In addition to that, they don't store them inside. They don't take care of them. They don't really do what they're supposed to do. And they've been flying nonstop for 2 years. Remember, these aircraft were already in flight in combat mode 6 months before the war started. Now, some of the pictures I've seen, they've got rust holes in the damn things. They've got structural collapses in some of them. They had one have its tail fin fall off the other day. So these attack helicopters, their time is limited. And Ukraine is hunting them down, so they can only fly so much. They have to land. And I think that's where Ukraine's going to really start hitting them, is they have to land, refuel, rearm. That takes time. They're sitting there by themselves. Great target for surface missiles. 47th Brigade. 47th Brigade has been operating right around here. They're the ones that had the Bradley pile, right? You good? Okay. She said, and if the numbers are wrong, blame her. About 40 to 20 Bradleys were damaged or destroyed, about 10-ish Leopard 2s, and 3 AMX 13s. The reason why I'm saying 10 Leopards is because there have been some pretty good pictures of Russians hitting the Leopards and blowout bins going up, or the severe damage. Notice, no Leopard 1s, Martyrs, Challengers, CV-90s, or Strikers. So they haven't lost that much equipment Ukraine did. And they're not losing. They've lost like less than 5% of the Western supplied equipment, and that's not even counting the T-72s and all the other free stuff they got from the Russians. Okay, so sponsors for today is Dog the Wonder Chicken, Liberty Ukraine. Give Liberty Ukraine a shout out, give them some money, they're worth it and everything. And the Acme division, or the Acme Armaments division, and more specifically, the 40 millimeter division. 40 millimeters, when you want to drop something, shoot something a long way, or really want to reach out to somebody. And by the way, this is what the CV90 shoots, 40 millimeter L70. Okay, so most of these are deactivated, so you can get careful with them. But yeah, this right here, 3D printed fins on a 40 millimeter. This is what Ukraine's dropping right now. All right, so moving on. Okay, Russian counterattack. After the 128th is holding the line right here, they're not part of the offensive attack, but they're shielding the area for the 47th in this area, okay? The Russians came up here and counterattacked into the 128th, it looks like, and lost a lot. Are you and Dog having issues?
No, we're not having issues.
I'm going to side with Dog.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm trying to make her happy.
Okay.
She's
Well,
sweating.
she's sweating?
Yes.
Here. I sweat too.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. Now, the 128th's been counterattacked by the Russians. The thing is, the Russians ran right into a buzzsaw. There's a whole bunch of anti-tank devices out there, and from the videos I saw, at least 30 vehicles that were destroyed from that Russian counterattack. All right, so a lot of you guys have been saying that the attacks into Russia didn't mean anything, wasn't any good or anything like that. We've got news now that Russians have been diverting forces up there, and the Chechens that were supposed to be down in the southern front right here are now redeploying up to Belgrade. So that's a whole nother brigade, a whole nother brigade that is out of the fight. Okay, so now, I'm making this easy. So now, fun fact, Russia had about 14,000 tanks, okay, in storage. They had 9,000 total, 14,000 tanks in storage, and, they had 9,000 artillery pieces. Well, the thing is, they've been targeting the artillery so much, they're now have lost nearly as many artillery pieces as they have tanks. Thank you. Don't poop on me. So, and a lot of people go, well, how do you know that the numbers are real? Well, here's the thing. When the Cold War ended, the Russians and the Americans, the NATO and everything, joined the CFE, Conventional Forces of Europe Treaty, where numbers were kept. So numbers are kept, they're updated, and up until just recently, everybody reported honestly, pretty much because you could actually visit the sites. Okay, Russian artillery. I know your favorite subject? Okay, Russian artillery, the thing is that the shells that the Russians have been getting delivered, they're not working. They get put in the breech, and the breech will shear the shell off, or you'll have separation at the case of the breech. Whole groups of artillery have been told not to be used, or artillery shells have been told not to be used. So even though they're making some artillery rounds, they can't use them. They're dangerous. Okay, operational pauses. A lot of you guys are going, Ukraine has got an operational pause on the counterattack. Oh my gosh, they're losing the war. Dude, in 2003, they did the same thing in 2003. When we were attacking into Baghdad, we stopped for a day and a half, and everybody was like, oh my gosh, U.S. Army's in the desert, it's lost, it's getting destroyed. What happened was it was an operational pause just to allow the Iraqis to come out of the holes and get destroyed. That's the same thing that's happening now. In 2003 is the same thing that happened now. They pause, let the bad guys get out of their holes, get out of their trenches, come counterattack, and then you smack them in on the flat ground. All right, homework. If you don't already know what the Battle of Caen was in 1944, read up on the Battle of Caen. It's where the British attacked into Caen. It was only off of the D-Day beaches. It was only supposed to take 3 days. It took 3 months. The Brits lost 500 armored tanks, and I hate to see if Twitter was around today or was around then, what they would be saying now. Oh, they need to make peace with Hitler. They're losing the war and everything. You can't do that because they've lost so many tanks. So everybody, take a breath, relax, chill out. We're about done. You need to push the button to stop. Good help is hard to find. Okay,
First day.
relax, because Ukraine has actually got a plan. They just adjusted the plan. They're not losing anything. And out of the 24 brigades that they have, they're only using about 4 brigades right now. So don't worry about it. So are my numbers right? Okay, good. She agrees. All right, thanks everybody. Have a great day and say goodbye to dog. Bye, dog.